Well, and again, the car has not charged last night. For some reason it didn't turn on. Yeah, we are on 33.6% only this morning. The car didn't turn on. It's not driving here. Yeah, you may remember the last video when I came home with 16% state of charge only, and I plugged the car in directly on the other circuit, which has permanent power. And then after 9:30 or so, when the other cheaper tariff circuit came back to life, I switched the car over to the cheaper tariff, and it stopped charging, and it said ready by 8 AM, because I scheduled the charging to be ready by 8 AM. But it never fired afterwards. It never fired. It checked the power for, let's say, half a minute or so, and then it turned off the charging, as it usually does, as I explained in my video before that. But last night it got confused somehow, because I unplugged it and plugged it back into another power source. I don't know, that is all a bit strange, right? Yeah, only 33%. Okay, it's 124 kilometers. It's 124 kilometers, so still kind of okay. I don't have any appointments after work, so I'm going straight home so far, unless someone rings. Well, potentially we have to go to the university charger and quick charge a little bit, because I need to go further away, but so far it seems to be fine. Yeah, but so far I haven't got an appointment, and it's only a 30-kilometer drive. Ah, no, hang on. Damn it. I have promised a test ride in my lunch break again. Okay, I will use a little bit more than only 30 kilometers then. That's probably 50 kilometers. But then we are down to 70 until I'm home. That should be fine.
Electric car ads as the...
Okay, so we have arrived in with a 29.3%. So I'm using around 4% of my battery to commute for one trip only. 110 kilometers. Yeah, I probably come home with about 60 kilometers of range, so it should be fine. Me and my charging, God.
Many hours later.
Okay guys, so after doing 2 test rides today, we are down to 64% state of charge, and 17% that is. Sentry mode doesn't work anymore. I cannot pre-cool the car anymore. We've got like 37. Oh yeah, 37 outside. I need to plug in soon, but I have one more stop before I can go home, but it's on the way. So another 20 kilometers, then we are down to 40, which will be around 10% or so. Of course, no charging equipment. Alright guys, we are down to 15.6%, 58 kilometers, and I still have one stop to go. Cruise control not working anymore. Pre-cooling of the car not working anymore. Sentry mode not working anymore. The car is slowly shutting down functions, it seems like. Regen braking still working good. Okay guys, finally we're going home. No other appointment anymore. We've got okay, we've got 15 kilometers to drive, and we've got 57 left in the battery. You can see it better. So 15% state of charge, 15.2% state of charge. That's all we have. Wish me luck. At what percentage does the air condition shut down actually? No idea. Well, I'll tell you what, the acceleration is still phenomenal. At 14.8% state of charge. It goes like hell still. Well, I probably should not do this anymore, right? The good thing is the autopilot is back and works even at 14.8%. There we've got 43 degrees battery temperature. Insane. Just while parking, basically. I parked the car most of the time this afternoon. Well, I tell you what, when we come home, I plug in the car straight away on the normal power circuit again and give it a charge until 9 o'clock or so, 9:30, until the cheap tariff kicks in again, and then we swap it over. Well, that's what we do. See, the voltage is on 3.47 volt. We will arrive with 11% state of charge at home. Energy trip. It doesn't go into the red area, luckily. We will stay in the yellow area of the battery. At least that's the prediction of the car. So I don't know at what point the battery turns red. Is this 10%? Maybe it's 10. Well, 50 kilometers. Car is still going strong. 11%, still the prediction. And we've got 45 kilometers left. We are about 5 kilometers from home. So, no problem. Who's got range anxiety, huh? Why would you? I made it! I made it! With 11.5% state of charge. Well, even if the car would shut down now, I would run extension cables until here and then charge it here in the driveway. But it won't shut down. It doesn't do that. So the only thing you want to do now is plug in the car straight away. You don't want to leave it sitting on 11.5% state of charge for a long time. While you're driving, it's fine, but plug it in as soon as possible if it's under 20%. I think I mentioned it yesterday already, but you cannot say it often enough again. Plug in the car as soon as possible if you are on that low state of charge. So 11.5%. Would be interesting to hook up to a 350 kilowatt charger now and see how much power we get into the battery. But look, I will charge now on 8 amps, 11 kilometers per hour. And yeah, I don't want to leave the battery on 11.3%. 42 kilometers, guys. And still plenty of juice left in the battery, right? Okay, let's plug in. It's interesting to see how unbalanced the battery is now. 16 millivolt between all the cells. I've never seen 16 before unless I accelerate really hard. But now the battery is on 11.3% state of charge. And yeah, well, let's plug in. Well, now it's charging happily on 8 amp, 12 kilometers per hour on the extension cable. That's the only option I have. I have just seen the charging stopped after only a couple of minutes. Yeah, 11.7%. And it's not charging. Charging stopped. I don't know why. Why has it stopped? It even tells me here, 10 minutes. It has charged for 10 minutes. 5:26 to 5:36. Don't know why it has stopped. Charging stopped. Huh. Okay. Let's start this puppy back up. It's not charging. Oh. Any error code here? No. Why is it not charging? It doesn't give me any indication why it's not charging. So, why is it not charging? Schedule 8 AM. Let's turn off the schedule for a moment and see if it fires. Charging speed reduced. Check for an extension cord or bad utility wiring. Wow, have you ever seen this? It obviously... Need to take a photo. Ha! It has detected the extension cord or some bad wiring. I think the voltage, maybe the voltage drop was too high. Let's see if we plug this one into 5 amps only and see if it charges then. It doesn't. Unable to charge. There's even an error code. Disconnect and retry. Okay, let's do that. Let's disconnect, unlock, and start again. See if this works. Interesting stuff, right? Okay, let's plug back in. It's flashing green fast. So that means state of charge is low. Oh, we've got only 227 volts here on this extension cord. And this is a 1.5 millimeter extension cord. It's not a bad one. Oh, that's why. And if I ramp this up to 8, 220 volts only. That is super low. Super low. But it's charging now. But it charged for 10 minutes anyway before. And then it stopped. Oh, this is because of the aircon now. Hang on. Just turn off HVAC and see how far up it goes. I never seen this before. I charged on the extension cord before, but I think the voltage is too low and it doesn't like that. Okay, let's see if we change this to 5 amp. 228 volts. Well, it's peak time at the moment. It's 6 o'clock. Everyone is coming home, turning air condition on, TVs, computers, and I want to charge my car, and the voltage is so low here. No solar support anymore, assistance, and 224 volts. Okay, let's try again on 8 amps and see how it how this whole situation develops. So we are now close to a 20% state of charge, 76 kilometers. We're actually at 20.3, it says. Probably you can't see that. 20.3%, but it's still orange. Anyway, the cheap tariff power just came back, so I will switch over now to save some money. Yeah, so here you can see I'm feeding the UMC from the extension cable, which goes into the garage and plugs into a normal power point over there, charging on 8 amp. I will now stop the charging. So this one has turned off, and I can take this pigtail off and plug this one in, which is connected to the 15 amp power source. But this is my cheaper tariff. So, and now we will see again. Let's see what happens. Charging stopped. See, it doesn't actually tell us we have a scheduled charging to 8 AM in the morning anymore. And I think this was happening yesterday as well, and that's why the charge just stopped and never started again. And I was under the impression, because we are charging on a faster circuit now, it will just commence a little bit later, but it never did. And that's why we ended up with 128 kilometers on the clock only. So I need to manually start charging. See, we now have maximum 12 amp, not 8 amp anymore. And the power is back to 238 volt. I don't know why it was so low when I came home at 223. That was ridiculous low. And we can see the time is going down. Ah, it still sits on 8 amp. 8 out of 12. Okay, I need to crank this one up. Ah, because I turned off the scheduled departure. Yeah, I turned off scheduled departure when I came home. I forgot about that. Okay, departure time, 8 o'clock. That's what I usually set it to. And we can go all the way to 12 amps now. And this will take 8 hours and 25 minutes time remaining. It is charging on 12 amps, about 18 kilometers per hour at the moment. Okay, so we should be able to see the same figures here on the app. 8 hours 30, 8:25. Let's see if we can bring them in the same picture. 8:20. 8 hours 15 minutes. Yeah, it goes down. Okay, if I stop charging now on the app, see, now it says ready to depart at 8 in the morning. It will commence charging in 1 or 2 hours, and then it's finished at 6 o'clock in the morning again. But if I set this higher to, say, 80% state of charge, it will start immediately, I thought. No, why doesn't it start? It should start immediately. Maybe I need to go higher. Set it to 100%. It doesn't start to charge now. It cannot be ready by 8 in the morning with this setting now. There's not enough time to charge to 100% until 8 o'clock in the morning. This is only, we have now almost 9 o'clock. This is like 11 hours time only. So it won't charge at all. I don't think it will kick in at all. If I leave it like this, it won't kick in. Okay, so what I will do is start immediately. Charging will begin momentarily. See, it now says 7 hours 15 minutes, and when I crank it up all the way to 100%, it probably shows us 24 hours plus eventually. Takes longer than 1 day to fully charge the car. Still calculating. Huh? Can it do it in 17 hours? It probably can. Okay, let's go to 80%. See what it calculates there. It comes down to 12 hours 25. 12 and a half hours. And then we go down to 70%. 70% will take 10 hours and 30 minutes. Oh, battery just turned green. And we are at 20.7%. And it turns green again. Go down to 60. 60% state of charge. It still takes 7 hours and 45 minutes, almost 8 hours. And as we know, the charge will stop at 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay, I'll leave it charging now. I'll put it on 70% tomorrow morning. I just charge it up as far as possible until I leave. Just keep charging. Well, and if you find these kind of tests I'm doing interesting, why not heading over to patreon.com/unpluggedtv and join the community over there. I'm showing heaps of behind the scenes and bonus videos over there, which are not on my regular public YouTube channel. We also have live chats and hangouts on Patreon. So head over to patreon.com/unpluggedtv and support me and the channel for a few bucks a month. Thank you very much if you have already. Okay, one last test before I let you go. I put it on 80% now, the threshold, and we are at 20% now at the moment. I just want to see how long it will take on the UMC on 12 amps maximum charge to charge from 20 to 80%. 11 and a half hours it will charge, so you can charge your car from 20 to 80% overnight with the UMC coming with the car. You don't need to hook up. You don't need the Tesla wall connector. It is fast enough with the UMC. So you don't actually need to install the Tesla wall connector. Alright guys, so far this longish video, I know I do a lot of tests. I just want to show you what I'm doing, you know, and I know you find this interesting too. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching again. Head over to patreon.com/unpluggedtv, join the community. And as always, stay charged. We will see us again in the next video. See you then. Bye bye.